Welcome back to Cooking Up Chats Goes to Osaka Part 2.
Okay, so Osaka. Okay, I'm going to list some of the notes that I took about food we have, and then we can talk about which ones. So we had the jiggly cheesecake thing that you see online. We also had the big egg and steak sando. From it's called Dekansan. That's something we saw on Instagram as well. We had the melon pan ice cream, and we had the cheese corn. Oh, and the takoyakis. You want to talk about takoyaki?
So takoyaki is pretty much this ball of octopus that's in a dough, and they kind of make it like a pancake, and like it's a little ball. And I'm sure you've seen some of those on Instagram. I do have a picture of it in there. I'll show it to you. And I will be honest with you, it did not taste bad. But I am a texture person, so for me, it was the texture that I was like, the chewiness of the octopus, I didn't really like it. But it didn't taste bad. If you like octopus, you can try it out for yourself and you'll see. But for me, it was a no.
Yeah, I didn't have it in Japan. I had it one time at an all-you-can-eat sushi place. So it was like, oh, you can eat sushi lunch special, but they also allow you to have these different appetizers and hibachi and things of that nature. And so I was with a friend, and I was like, what's takoyaki? And she explained to me what it was. And I was like, well, it's included. Let me try it. And it was a no. It was a no. It wasn't the texture. It was just no across the board. And so when we got there, they're like, oh, you got to try it. And I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm good. So I didn't try the Japanese authentic version, but that's okay. I think.
But we did have the cheese coin.
We had the cheese coin. And see, your cheese coin was like freshly made. And I think mine had been sitting there a while. So like I went to bite it expecting like this nice cheese pull.
Yours. Like you could give me some of yours.
It was, yeah, and then you bought one. But mine was like, because they kind of make them in like groups of 4, almost on like a waffle maker type situation. And so they make them in groups of 4, and then they kind of put them down, and then, as people order, they'll make more. And so mine must have been maybe like the 4th one in the last set. Trying the cheese corn. I didn't get any cheese pulled on that bite. But it tastes like a pancake almost. It's like sweet. yen. It was worth a try. It's decent, but if you have someone you can share it with, I would definitely share. It felt like it wasn't cold, it just wasn't freshly made with cheese pull. So she tasted mine, she thought it was good, she went and got one, and then hers was freshly made, nice cheese pull. Thank you. So it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Again, like, I don't know what they have a thing with like pancake batter. It reminded me like of a pancake / waffle with cheese in it. But I liked it. I think it was pretty good. No complaints about it. And yeah, the cheese pull helped.
Yeah, it was decent. I would get another one if I was back on that side. The melon pan ice cream, I thought was just okay.
I can't get it. I like it. Okay. There was nobody.
Now, we bought some melon pans from 7-Eleven, and those are actually pretty good.
I actually think that we should do a whole video on 7-Eleven. Japan 7-Eleven is top tier.
Yeah, the kanbanis there are pretty good.
And so, yeah, we had the, she had actually bought the melon with the ice cream. I only had the bread from 7-Eleven, so I didn't really have, I think I took a bite of yours.
Yeah. I think at that point, the one that I had, the bread was dried out. It was very like crusty versus when I tried the one from the 7-Eleven, it was nice and soft. And I was like, okay, if this was what I had gotten, maybe it would have been better. So I'm just not sure. It might just be like a freshness thing.
Yeah, it was It was okay. Even the bread from 7-Eleven, I enjoyed the melon bread just because it was just an enjoyable piece of bread. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So I think something that is, I guess, overhyped, or maybe it's just because, you know, I'm from New York. I grew up with like junior cheesecake and that kind of stuff. This little jiggly cheesecake thing, I'm looking for the cheese. Where's the cheese? Okay,
Ready?
Christine.
Okay, here we go. Nice and warm. What this looks like. Ready? Reveal time. Ooh, it's like a little fluffy something. Thank you.
Hot and fresh.
All right. Y'all didn't get no forks.
So we want to taste it while it's hot, but we have no forks. So we're just gonna break a little piece off, but check that jiggle. She holds it up. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Yeah, that's a paper, so that's good.
You didn't jiggle it enough.
Raisins on the bottom. I see what they're saying. Very eggy.
Oh yeah?
Very eggy, yeah.
1 to 10. What are you picking?
Like a 6.
Okay.
It should be called an egg cake. It's really
was
like, and you do see,
fluffy,
yeah, you do
airy.
see videos where they say it's got an eggy texture, and yeah, it does. And it's like you got to eat it hot because who wants like a cold egg souffle situation? It was weird. I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah, this was like the world famous like cheese. Like a lot of people do video. I'm sure you've seen them.
Yeah.
And I don't eat cheesecake at all. Like, but I tried this and I was like, yeah, that was very eggy. And the fun fact, we ate that in a McDonald's.
Guys, surprisingly, we ate a ton of McDonald's. Not a ton, but we ate
ate
more
too much.
McDonald's than we should have eaten. Now, what happened with McDonald's? I'll give you what happened with McDonald's. One of the girls that was traveling with us has a seafood allergy and a soy allergy. So imagine being in Japan with a soy allergy. Like, you can't eat nothing. And that's what happened. Like, a lot of times we went to places, teriyaki sauce has soy in it. Also, even if it doesn't have soy, it's usually cooked in a pan that was used to cook something with soy, you know. So we just had to be cautious and careful of that. And so when we were out and about in the streets, if we didn't have time to do like thorough research on the menu and how things were prepared, we just ended up at McDonald's. But let me tell you, this McDonald's was actually pretty good.
It was probably the best. It was fresh. So the food didn't taste like it was frozen. It didn't taste like it was day-old. It didn't taste like it was like mixed mystery meat. It was really good, fresh, hot McDonald's food. And so we went to McDonald's because of our friend who needed to grab something to eat. And while we were in McDonald's, another friend and Nicole went to go get this cheesecake, which was right next door or really close to the McDonald's. And so we bought the cheesecake and
so I think the one thing I liked about the McDonald's too is like when I eat McDonald's here, I feel very bloated and then I have to go to the bathroom later. And that was not the experience with the McDonald's there. So definitely try, if you can't find nothing else that you like, go to McDonald's. Okay. Last thing regarding food for Osaka, these egg sandwiches.
Before you get into the egg sandwich and the steak sandwich, I actually want to just shout out this really wonderful couple that we met. It was
that's not on the list.
No, it's not. And I was like, we have to talk about them.
Well, we can talk about them after the sandwiches because that's how we ended up over there.
Okay, so then we can talk about this wonderful couple we met.
Okay, so we went to the sandwich spot. Luckily, we got there. So we got up, we got ready. We say, let's just head out. And we got there maybe about 10:30 or so, and they opened at 11. There was already a line. So luckily we were early in the line. And then we were just, out chatting and stuff, waiting for them to open. They came out, let people have like the menus to review before they open. Very organized. So the guy would come out, he would say like, if you're going to dine in, move to this side. If you're going to take out, move to that side. And we were thinking about dining in, but the place is tiny. I think it must hold like 10 people or so. And we were one, a group of 5, and 2, probably like 11 in the line, right? So we'd have had to wait for that whole group to sit, to eat, and then come back to our turn and all of that. We decided not to do that, which is good. So we got the, I got the egg sando and the steak sando, and then our friends got a couple other ones, but they weren't that impressive either. The egg sando wasn't bad. It was, to me, like smoky. You know how like you use like liquid smoke in food sometimes? Or maybe, it was like char grilled something, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, she did. When I guess those guys,
It was not coming back.
those Italian guys were like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you. There's like, I know, all the little kids that are just like, we were talking about this, we like changed a couple trains and there were like these little kids that were just moving trains and like going by the.
It has like a smoky flavor, like grilled almost.
Yeah, but I also I'm sorry, there was
Not bad.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try
It's like a barbecue-y thing, right? Yeah, which is interesting.
medium dog, but like you said, she's fucking.
But I mean, if we're being honest, the egg sandwich at 7-Eleven is better.
Listen, the egg sandwich at 7-Eleven, which I didn't have until the last day we were there in Japan, was amazing. It was so
I'm
good.
trying to tell you.
And I was surprised because I'm not a big egg salad sandwich fan. But I did have a bite of the one she got from, what was the name? Well, I don't know if we need to say the name of the restaurant. But I had
said it. They already know.
Oh, well, I had a bite of her egg sandwich and I wasn't impressed either. And I don't remember how much it was, but it was a really thick sandwich. And so for the thickness of it and how popular everyone that was going there was talking about it and everything like that, it should have been better in my opinion.
Yeah, so like the steak itself, but I think they also do a lot of light seasoning when it comes to steak over there. So it was like lightly grilled and then it had like some peppercorns.
Oh, good. Sorry, my bad.
On it, which I'm not a fan because I don't want to like bite into peppercorns. So I feel like maybe just more seasoning and less peppercorns would have been fine. I actually purchased bread from Japan and brought it back because I was going to do a dupe of this sandwich. And I haven't done it yet. So I had to put the bread in the freezer so the bread didn't go bad. But it is on my list to do a dupe of both the egg sando and the steak sando and see if I can do a better job.
So when we went to the restaurant, I didn't want anything on the menu. And there were a couple of times, like it was 5 of us again. And not everyone eats the same way or eats the same things. So there were a lot of times where people had to kind of go on their own and get their own food. So I actually was saying I wanted to go to a 7-Eleven. And so I just wanted to shout out the onigiri 7-Eleven tuna that we got every day almost.
Tuna and mayo.
Tuna and mayo onigiris. They're like the seaweed wrapped rice balls with tuna in the middle. It's the best. It's so good. So I think I got one of those, and I believe that's when we went to the restaurant.
Yeah, so like after we tried the sandwiches, so we weren't totally impressed with the sandwiches. Our other friends had gotten like a sampler platter, so even the sandwiches were smaller and they were sharing it, so we weren't even like full. So we just started walking. We was like, okay, well, there's a coffee shop. Let's go have coffee, sit down, and kind of regroup. And in the process, we found a restaurant, which was Country something Cafe. I have to look it up. And it's a couple that owns it. She's from Osaka, and he's from, I think, Australia, was it?
I think it was from like Sweden. I don't think it was Australia.
No, I think well, they met in Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's Australian, but they said they met in Australia. And they were so nice. I mean,
Lovely couple.
we stayed, cause you know, it's like a breakfast spot, so it closes early. So we got there, we were able to order, and we were like the last group leaving. So we got to chat with them. They
Here's a
recommended some
picture here.
spots. And, the food was really good. I mean, and the menu was simple. I mean, the menu must have had like 7 things on it. It's like a Texas style breakfast. So like some sausage, eggs, toast, beans,
Pancakes.
tomato slices, you know, yeah, pancakes and everything. So it was really good. And so, I mean, that's kind of what I love about when I travel is like you go with this idea of what you should be trying based off of what you see online. But some of the best things are never talked about on the internet. And when we get to the Tokyo video, I'll tell you about another one. Like no one's talking about it. And it was so good.
Yeah, this restaurant in particular, had we gone here first, we would have been okay. I think everyone would have been able to eat something that they enjoy. I had toast and an egg and I loved it.
Yeah, so I think those were the main things we ate in Osaka. At least the things that I can remember. I feel like maybe there's some other things, but
Did some sightseeing.
yeah, so we purchased the Osaka Pass. And that came with the transportation, train and bus for Osaka. I believe train and bus. And then also a bunch of different activities that were included. There's so much stuff to do in all of these towns. You can never accomplish everything. And I mean, I feel like we did a bunch and there was still so many things on that pass that we didn't even touch. Okay, so we first stopped at the Osaka Castle.
ために救命胴衣を船内の前方に備えております。
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding the Osaka Castle Gozabune. We will be departing shortly for a 20-minute tour.
And that was good. I enjoyed that.
Was it raining that day?
It was overcasty and like on and
And
off.
that was the one with the ship. We were in the boat.
Yeah, we did the boat ride in the moat.
Okay, in the moat. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to remember because we did so much again. And I'm like, which one was that? Yeah, so the castle was really nice. I believe we have some footage of that too. And then we took a little small boat ride that was kind of around the castle. And then they were telling the history about like everything about it. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was cute. When we did the boat ride and the moat side, they showed the human stone or something. It was like supposedly like a rock that's got a human
Shapes.
face.
Yeah, there was like a shape of a human, and so it was just interesting. The history there. I mean, you know about your history and you know about all the stuff that you learn in school, but like when you hear about like other cultures and like Japan history about Japan, it's just like, oh wow, I had no
Yeah.
idea.
And ironically, I thought we would do a lot of walking in Tokyo, which we did. But I believe when I checked my step tracker, we walked the most in Osaka. And we did a ton of stuff. We did a ton of walking. I think we were 22,000 steps plus a day over there in Osaka. So, yeah, we did the castle. There was another boat ride that was included in our pass, but we didn't make it. The last boat left before we were going to make it to the pier. And then we did, I think, Dantenpori that night because we also did the river cruise down the Dantenpori Street. So that was cool.
Oh, well, what we can talk about a little bit is the train system. So she had mentioned before about how we would exit a specific area. The trains itself, the way they've done the train system is pretty interesting. But if you're not familiar with it, you get confused and you get a little bit of lost really quickly. But you have to kind of map out stuff and make sure you look through everything, which Nicole was really good at. She was kind of like our navigator throughout the trip. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And so she's really good at kind of constructing where we need to go. And so when we first got there, we weren't sure which exit to get off of. And lo and behold, our hotel was actually near one of the exits for the train. So we were actually able to kind of figure that out. Like before we left that, okay, we don't have to walk all around the town just to get to where we're going.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tunnel system within the train system.
Yeah, you know, the directions, they try to give you the exit that's going to be closest to where your destination is. But I think at some points we were just like, let's just get out and then recalculate the directions topside. Because I think we ended up doing so much back and forth walking underground. We probably passed the place several times if we were just above ground. But you know, there are some roads that are tricky because of, like, you know, just the way the highways are set up, the way the trains are set up. So sometimes it can be better, but it was just like, let's just get out. Because essentially it's like underground city. Like there'll be tunnels and tunnels, which it doesn't even feel underground because it's so well lit. There's so many like shops, there's places to eat, you know, so it's really like you could probably spend a lot of time just in the subway stations doing stuff around there. But it wasn't terrible, but it was a lot. But now remember, we grew up in New York, so we've been accustomed to trains since we were kids. For those who are like growing up in the country, who don't have much experience with public transportation, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. And so for us, it's like we already know how to read a train map, and so it's easier for us to figure out. But I would tell you, get a train map, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, study it, right? To see if you can figure out, like, okay, if I'm here and I want to go here, how do I do that? So that way you just have some experience when you get there, so you're not looking crazy. And then, the Sky Building. I actually like that one. That was fun.
Which one was that?
So that was the big, tall tower, kind of have like a little hole in the middle. And then we had to go like up all those escalators.
Oh yeah.
And then on the elevators and up another escalator.
Yeah.
So that was.
And when you made it to the top, and then it was like they had the locker.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
They had the locks on there. So the love locks, you could put a love lock out on one of the railings, but for them, because of the time it takes to engrave them, you were supposed to order ahead, and so we didn't know that, so we didn't do any love locks. But it was just a nice experience going up to the top. There is some.
We did do a lot.
We did a lot.
I forgot about that. Yes,
because that day was raining. Because the other thing, which we were really disappointed, is the World Fair was in Osaka while we were in Osaka, and we just did not make any plans to attend the World Fair. And it's like, you know, World Fair is once every 5 years?
5
or so?
years in different locations in the world. And it's something that we know about. I think we know. Why do we know about it? I guess
because of World Fair in New York.
New York's World Fair. And so I don't know how we didn't get that communication going with that. So for those who don't know, we started kind of like a list of things that we wanted to do as a group and as individuals. And so we kind of put like everything in like Excel or like a Google Doc. And we said we wanted to do this, and this. And one of the things listed was the World Fair. Sorry, I didn't notice it, or maybe I didn't speak up enough, but I didn't get to think about it until we were actually there, and at that time, it was too late to go. But I strongly encourage, if you see anything about a World Fair, attend. It's just so informative. They have so much information on different countries and different gadgets, it's just a fair about just getting to know about countries.
It's like a world showcase. So the world, the countries that participate are really showcasing their new technology, their innovation, and things that they plan on, bringing to the forefront of the world, within the next, 5 years or so. So it would have been very interesting to see. One, because they're so few and far between. They're so spread out. We happened to be in an area where one was happening. So it was a little bit disappointing that we wasn't able to get that into the plan. But like I said, we did so much as it is. We would have had to stay another week just to incorporate that in. And I think the last thing we did the evening before we left Osaka is we went to the Botanical Gardens in Osaka, and there was an installation by Team Labs for like a light. I had the little flyer and I forgot it in the other room. But
so Team Labs is pretty much exhibits, I would say, maybe, in different locations in Japan. And so they had Team Labs in Tokyo, Team Labs in Kyoto, different ones. And this particular Team Lab was in the Botanical Gardens in Osaka, and they had a wonderful light show. And we definitely got a lot of footage of that. Now, just keep in mind, it was dark, it was at night, but there was still some spectacular lights that you could see throughout it. And it was really nice.
Yeah, I think I liked, it's at night for the light, so it was very good firsthand, right? And so we did capture some pictures and videos. But I think, that's one of those experiences where like, you got to be there to really get the full experience of it. One of the installations were kind of like those worm guys, that you see like at the car salesman dealership. And they just had a bunch of them kind of in the field, and you can go stand and look up. And so that was a very great experience. I do have a video for that. But it was just like, it was nighttime, the moon was out, and the lights were going. It just was like a surreal moment where you just kind of...
Yeah, you take everything in, you relax, you're thankful for everything, and you're just enjoying the moment. We actually enjoyed it a lot.
So, that was Osaka in a nutshell.
Yeah.
There might be some pieces that we're missing out. We did go to like a few street markets and things like that, but it was really great. We will definitely have to share with you the other cities. So after Osaka, we did go over to Kyoto. We went over to Hakone, and then we finished our trip in Tokyo. And then, while we were in Tokyo, we did a day trip to Kamakura. So we did a ton of stuff. And so we will share. Yes. So we have a few more videos that we need to do to share all those other places with you. Also follow us on Instagram. We're posting little short videos and pictures of that trip there. And then, of course, because we were inspired by the cuisine, you'll see us do some duplicate, recipes and some Asian inspired foods coming up. I think we did a lot of talking. We didn't do a lot of cooking this time.
Yeah, if you think we missed out on anything in Osaka, please comment down below. Let us know that what you got to see when you went, or what you would like to see when you decide to go. And just let's keep the conversation going about Osaka. But for now, that's enough chatting. We're going to go finish the other video for Kyoto.
All right. Have a good night.